What's up guys, my name is Gabe and welcome to the Trojan Blade. This is upload number 2 on the day, and if you did miss my full reaction to the commitment of elite 5-star quarterback Juju Lewis, make sure you go check out that video after you're done watching this one. But tonight we are diving into volume 15 of the viewer comment series. Crazy we're already at 15, but here we are. And guys, I do have a schedule for the rest of this week. Tomorrow you'll be getting a video talking about what I need to see from our guys, specifically the defense in the game against San Jose State, and Friday will be the game preview. And if you guys remember last year's previews, we really dive into it. You'll be fully prepared heading into Saturday. So we have a lot to get to today. Thank you so much for being here, and let's get into this. So first up today, we have my man Blackie Chan asking, when is the video about Jennifer Cohen? I guess it's now. I was planning on releasing this earlier this morning, but the Juju news took precedent there. But yeah, USC made a huge hire by bringing in former Washington athletic director Jen Cohen. Now, I am not a college athletics administration expert by any means, but I have done some reading on Jen, and a few things really stand out to me that have me excited. First off is the reaction of Washington fans. They are pissed. Here's just a few examples from over on dogman.com. You see this guy says, "Damn, this hurts. Dang, huge loss. She did a lot of great things for UW. Glad she helped us get in the Big Ten. And this one stings." That's always a great way to gauge an athletic director, in my opinion. Fans celebrating their AD leaving can be a red flag. Also, in reading, it seems Jen is a hell of a fundraiser. She led multiple highly successful fundraisers over there at Washington. She also negotiated a huge deal with Adidas that impressed many people in that realm. So I'm on board with this hire, fully. I like her personality, I like her fire. I think she'll be a welcome addition to the USC administrative department that for so many years has lacked any real sort of stability. And at least at the moment, this looks to be a huge step in that direction. Next up, we have Walker asking, is 5 going back up on the peristyle? So for those of you who haven't seen the picture that's been doing the rounds on Twitter, the peristyle did receive a bit of an update. You see the brand new gorgeous arena style banners with the Heisman numbers on them. Just from an aesthetic point of view, I love this. The old ones that were jersey shaped were so tacky and they just look like plastic tarps. These are so clean, so classic, I love them. But if you'll notice here on the right, there's 2 empty slots. It's 2 to a quadrant, so that would leave 1 to assume that 5 and 13 will be going up soon. And in regards to Reggie specifically, let me just say it's about damn time. It's about time this school put its heels in the ground and claimed what's rightfully ours. Reggie deserves that, and we as fans do as well. I'm glad to see us finally acting like we're USC. Now, if I had to guess when they would put those back up, I would say Stanford in week 2. It's a 7:30 local kick, and that just makes all the sense in the world to me. Next, we have my guy Trevor saying, the main thing I'm watching for in the early games is, will Grinch trust the young guys? I almost wish we could just give the Tackett's and Rajons most of the game reps in the early part of the schedule. So this is something I'm looking out for too. There's literally zero excuse to not get a bunch of reps for guys like Rajon Davis, Garrison Madden, Devin Tompkins, Braylon Shelby. You get the point. But Grinch has to show that he isn't hard-headed in regards to the defensive rotations, especially in the easy part of our schedule. Let the young guys go out there and see some live bullets. There's so many new faces, we have to try things out and see what works. And as brutal as the back half of the schedule is, we cannot afford to put guys in those critical spots late in those games with little to no experience actually playing on the field. So I fully agree with you there, Trevor. Next up is Ronan saying, what are the odds we search for a new DC if our defense is outside the top 100 again this season? Well, the odds are 99.9%. There's no excuse for that to happen again. If we're worse than top 50, I think some serious questions need to be asked if we're being honest. There's too much talent, and we have too many games early in the season against shitty offenses to finish worse than that. Next, we have Newton asking, how did Korey Foreman go from being the #1 defender in the country to, quote, he doesn't have it at this level? How is that possible? Well, coming in with Clay Helton as his coach certainly didn't help, but when you watch Korey, there's just something off. It's like he doesn't want to engage guys. I don't know what happened, but I said it last year and I'll say it again. We have to remove the #1 player in the country tag that we still put on him. He got overrated by the networks, but that's not his fault. He didn't ask to be the #1 player in the country. And I don't know anything about his work ethic and all the other rumors out there, but what I do know is that I'm not expecting a thing from him this year, so anything he does give this defensive line should just be looked as a bonus as far as I'm concerned. Now, is he a talented guy? Yes, incredibly so. Can he put everything together and have a big year? Yes, he can. Now, do I think he will? No. If he does, you can bet I'll be the first one on here telling you I was wrong, and I hope I'm wrong. But when I think about the USC defense this year, he doesn't factor in all to what I think this group's going to be. All right, next up is Anthony in LA saying, where's the biggest drop off in terms of positional depth? So there's a few places here. I'll go center #1. Didic to Quinones is a scary drop-off, quite frankly. Quinones was not good in his 200 snaps last year, so that's a very worrying spot. Interior defensive line is very worrisome as well. The drop-off from Baron Bars to the rest is quite large in my opinion. And I guess you could throw a quarterback in here as well. Not because of anything with Miller or Malachi, just because Caleb is that good, it's impossible to replicate what he does out there. Alright, next we have my guy Billy asking, will the end zone be hard to find in Boulder? Well, not for us, it won't be. For them, that'll probably be a different story. And man, Colorado's the cringiest program out there, it's not even close. Next we have Quasi asking, what games are you showing out to? I'll be in South Bend for that one. As of now, that's the only game I'll be at. I'll try to make it out to the Collie for the Utah game, but we'll have to see on that one. Next we have my guy Serb, aka Playboy Trojan, and he asks, who do you think becomes USC's third rival in the Big Ten? So I know for a fact that the Big Ten is looking to make USC and Penn State a rivalry game. We saw that when the Big Ten put out their schedule. They had USC and Penn State playing both years. Penn State does massive ratings and they don't have a true rival in the Big Ten. And with the history with USC playing in 2 Rose Bowls in the last 20 years, that matchup is one they're for sure looking to turn into a big rivalry game. Alright, next we have Sean asking, what would you modify or change to the uniforms for the new era in the Big Ten? Quite simply, these. These have popped up on Twitter a few times over the last year. Arrogant Nation aka Rusty posted these on Twitter a few days ago and they're just perfect. I need USC to wear these. The white one is just glorious. Love them. Also, make sure you guys follow Rusty on Twitter too. He truly is the best USC account on the entire site without a doubt. And last up for today, we have a super thanks from my man Shanks. You don't have to do this guys, but it does guarantee your comment or question getting read on the show. So Shanks says, I don't think USC fans are scared of Oregon as a football team. I think USC fans are just annoyed at Oregon's NIL program and how they drop bags for high school recruits. Unless NIL is contained or USC is able to drop their own bags, USC must compete for a natty every year. We have to beat them with results. We can't use the we are in a better conference argument in recruiting anymore because they followed us to the Big Ten. Oregon could go 8-4 or 9-3 this season and would be fine in recruiting. USC can't do that. The pressure is truly on Alex Grinch to prove a system can work at USC. If he fails, we will miss out on front 7 guys again this year. Fight on. So very well said, those are all fair points. It's definitely different at USC, but honestly, I'm fine if we lose a few recruits. I am absolutely not in favor of dropping bags for unproven high school kids. I find it to be so weird. And after seeing how things went at A&M, no thank you, hard pass from me. Oregon has their style and we have ours. And I happen to think ours is much more sustainable. So thank you very much, Shanks. And guys, that will do it for me today. I hope you enjoyed both uploads, and if you did, please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And if you do want to help support the channel in an even bigger way, you can do so over on my Patreon for only $1 a month. Thank you all so much for being here today. You're all awesome, and as always, take care and fight on.